How's it going, ladies and bruises? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to Birth Me Code. Now, you remember in the end of the last episode, we kind of left it on a cliffhanger here. Mr. Tristitia is pointing a revolver at everybody and opting to kill 3 people, so cool. Let's see what happens next, I guess. Tristitia had a gun, taken from someplace unknown. So that's it then. That's how this ends? He fired it once. Luxuria screamed. He fired it again, and Kura shielded herself with her arms. We fired it a final time, and then there was silence. Silence for 3, while 3 others fell to hit the ground. And Kura watched as the scene happened in what felt like a small eternity. First, Avarisha's weight brought her to fall. Then Invidia's weight collapsed him to the ground. Finally, Gula ended up in a heap, never to breathe again. Every shot of the gun had gotten them square in the heart. What happened? Everything happened so fast. He must be really good with revolvers. Dangerous. Luxuria couldn't even say anything. All she could do was stare. She was staring in pure bewilderment. Where before she'd screamed, now she was saying nothing. Ha 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 ha. Her laughter was broken. The cute voice coming from her helmet spouted such strange laughter. It was going on and on. It was an uncontrollable laughter. People laugh when things are funny, but they also laugh when they are anxious or fearful. That's why laughter therapy exists. And the kind of laughter coming from Luxuria was not one that made from a good joke. She was laughing because if she wasn't, she'd go completely mad. This is insane, isn't it? Lux, snap out of it. And Kura suddenly grabbed the smaller girl by the shoulders, shaking her slightly. The girl ceased her laughter, and instead, the reality of the situation dawned on her again. After a heavy shudder, the girl began to wail instead. No, no, none of this is correct. None of it. Trist, you killed them. Just like that. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat, if needed. Speaking of which, you're the one I can't categorize. You can't be a gentle peacemaker. The peacemaker is me. Oh yeah, you're so gentle. That's why you just shot 3 people, dipshit. And it's what I'm doing now. I'm making peace. He waved over the other bodies with an arm while Luxuria hiccuped in apprehension and fear. That's not making peace. She stood up to the overweight boy even though he had a gun. That's just killing everyone. You're wrong. It's making peace for the few that remain. That's not killing everyone. This is killing everyone. Oh. Another shot rang out. The victim was clear this time. It was Luxuria. And Kura shuddered and suddenly had a nauseating thought. He's coming. Run. Run before he shoots again. Revolvers have 6 bullets. Assuming he killed Superbia, that's 5 spent. He's still got 1. You just have to stall out that 1 bullet. Come on, Ankura. With that thought, nothing happened. It was already too late by that point. Even if Ankura turned around to sprint away. The shot hit her right in the back. Her body lunged forward and she rolled down the heavy cement stairs. Pain coursed through her. She must have fractured a bone, or a few bones. As life slowly escaped her body, she had a thought. And that thought became 5, 10, 20. It was as though a voice was talking to her in her final moments. And then she faded. Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. What? Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Please. Kill me. But the box remained closed? Well, shit. That was a bad ending, huh? Should have just left that in the last episode then. It was already getting very long. Now we gotta figure out where to go next to make things happen. What different choices we can make in that bit. So we do Lux there. Ah, here we go. So if we set that to Lux and set that to Lux, we should be able to get to the puzzle here. Right? I'm not too sure how that helps us. We're gonna have to go through this bit again by the look of it to get back there. Alright, we're gonna hack into Luxuria's helmet this time. Because last time we couldn't actually sync up with her, I believe. Alphabet and water. That's what she said before. Wait, what? The alphabet is the letters A to Z. I'm aware of that. The alphabet is shorter than water. How? Oh, hang on. A to Z? Maybe this just has to be in alphabetical order now. No. It's water, though. J, K, L. It's in alphabetical order. M, N, R. See, that's an alphabetical order like that. Okay. I don't know where the water comes into it, but it was right. I'll take it. Well, hopefully we'll figure something out about Luxuria. She's the most unknown one here. The establishment had shut its doors following the atrocities. I recall that as well. It constitutes the main reason for which I ponder upon the reasoning behind our presence in this disaster. Gula and Luxuria were together as expected. The cow-themed girl was deep in the subject of the school's ruined appearance. If bombs went off in 3 wings out of 4, why was the 4th one not destroyed? Perhaps the explosives were defective. I honestly cannot presume to even imagine. The two of them quietened a little as they approached the hallway they'd been in first, passing by Era and Superbia. They made it seem like they didn't want to talk to the two others to hear what they were talking about. My god, I couldn't read that at all. Once they were in Wing A proper, Luxuria changed the subject. And what about Cora then? What do you think of her? Her helmet's the same as the girl we killed, huh? I beg you not to endeavour in revealing our actions to everyone. Refrain from speaking of that sordid outcome. Don't worry, Ula. Nobody can hear us here. We're way too far from the rest of them. In that case, perhaps she has tricked us. No, that's impossible. The girl with us definitely died. Beheaded like that? Perhaps your tour de force has shrunken the opposition down by a 1/9, yet we should not squander the advantage we hold upon that personage. Luxuria was examining the small room on the side, which didn't look like it had much in it. There was a large window beside it, but looking through it didn't reveal anything since it was blocked off too. Changing the subject once again, Luxuria addressed Gula while pointing at the door. I want to get in there. You should do something about it. Do you truly believe I could remove this obstacle simply by wishing for its disappearance? Just use your giant chest to break through the door. Gula held an arm across her chest as if to block its view, an action that was bound for failure, simply based on its size. Your fixation with my bust is becoming quite a nuisance, Lux. Never mind the fact that you're definitely the real culprit behind the darkened areas of this article of clothing. Can you blame me for wanting to have a little fun? Besides, I didn't see you complaining before now. Gula hesitated a little before holding her hips contemplatively. You're quite the impossible scamp, Lux. I may regret allowing you an iota of freedom. So long as it does not turn into complacency, I will assume the risk. If it means anything, I'm super thankful for that. Still, we should focus on the main thing at hand. Is that main thing just how cute you are? I still cannot get over how cute you are. Is it on purpose? Cute things such as you are dangerous, so I should really not let you play me like that. Like a fiddle, but I can't help it. So cute that you're forgetting your usual vocabulary. Ah, that is correct. Apologies for that, I shall endeavour in not exposing myself so readily. That'll be hard with the clothes you have, I think. Gula was definitely embarrassed at those words, both of her arms uneasily crossing under her chest. The girl even averted her gaze for a short moment. These clothes, I am fully aware they are not very flattering. You won't see me complaining, Ula. Besides, I like girls like you. I like them a lot. Do you understand what I'm saying? The cow-themed girl's embarrassment grew tenfold at that, and a long pause followed the admission. Luxuria noticed, eventually clearing her throat. Ah, sorry, I shouldn't have been so forward. No, it's okay. It's perfectly fine, though I don't really swing that way. Did you ever try? Someone like me, I mean? Not really. Life is full of possibilities, Ulla. If you haven't tried, can you truly say that you don't like that? Besides, I'm cute, right? It should be fine then. What am I even watching? For a moment it looked as though Luxuria might have gotten through to Gula. The latter sighed as if admitting defeat. Perhaps. You truly are dangerous, aren't you? But I believe we have more important things to focus on, such as the unearthing of an escape route. Let's talk about it again later then. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. The duo resumed their search by entering a nearby unlocked classroom. Looking around the place, the two of them turned everything over. They did find a me card hidden inside the teacher's desk. How strange. But maybe I should leave it here. Pray elaborate on the reasoning behind that ridiculous notion. I'm thinking we could use it to our advantage. This is an additional me card for us later, and if not, then at least it's a way to keep everyone in here, since we won't get 39 cards without this one. To keep everyone incarcerated? I can understand the thought, but for which purpose? It feels like it would be more fun if we make full use of these 6 hours, no? I find myself somewhat reticent. Your inactions never cease to bring me the utmost worry, Lux. Both for the others and my own self. And are you sure you don't want to date me still? I can guarantee you, just one day will let you know all about what it's like with people like me too. Worry not, Lux. I suppose I can ponder on that embarrassing subject just for you. I remain unconvinced for now, however, so please pardon my self-imposed exclusion. Luxuria is proving to be a proverbial thorn in my side. Perhaps it's a good idea to try and steer the group towards voting her out. She's clearly winning Gula over already. They're too close, and she's the boss. And just like Gula keeps repeating, Luxuria is looking extremely dangerous right now. She's the reason why the 9th one died, huh? All of a sudden frequencies switched, interrupting the feed, which cut and restored to Ankura's helmet. Interesting. Interesting information indeed. What can we do with that, though? An hour and 20 minutes had passed since the beginning of the game. Okay, I think we're able to skip up to the vote now. This will depend on what we've learnt so far. Here we go. Don't you guys think it's weird how Bea is taking the lead and trying to steer you? Are we doing that again? I thought we were going to point at Lux. Explain your reasoning. You're looking to kill the real Pandora, right? She was all on board treating the previous death as Pandora, but now she's trying to have me killed. Well, not Pandora anyway. You can say whatever you want. Need I remind you that you're the most suspicious one here? You already said your reasoning. Can you elaborate a bit? I'm not an idiot, so I noticed your name was weird. It sounds like Pandora for one, but it's also not a deadly sin. And also, you haven't been exploring with the others earlier. I saw you hanging around by the bathrooms. It's like you don't need to do it because you already know everything. Refuting those points quickly is mandatory. There's only so little time though. We're overlooking something here. The choice might apparently be between myself and Bea, but there's someone else who's suspicious. What are you talking about? In detective novels, when you get to the end, the culprit is always someone you don't suspect. If you think about it that way, this means someone in our group is much more suspicious than they originally appeared. And I know 3 things that make that person super suspicious. Which would be... out with it already. Time's a ticking. The entire group was willing to give Ankura's theory a listen, since no one interrupted her other than Superbia. Well, I don't know how to explain this, but someone in our group has already committed murder. This time even Superbia remained silent. Everyone was waiting for Ankura to speak. To be more specific, I mean like, not long ago. Earlier, in fact. Do you remember how Lux and Ulla left their room without a third party? Are you perchance accusing us of having committed the villainous crime of murder? Superbia answered promptly, interrupting Gula. I always thought that was super suspicious. She is quick to agree. That's a little strange and merits investigation, but that's for later. There's a bigger fish to fry right now. The puzzle wasn't even that hard to put together either. The answer was clearly my emptiness, so why did they get it wrong and die? Is it because someone hid parts of the answer? This line of inquiry is a falsification of the truth. The 3rd member of our group died from a wrongful answer, and it was their mistake. I don't know about that, but I think at best someone caused that death to see if things were dangerous for real. like a guinea pig. Anyway, there are two other things. Gulla quieted again. She was possibly weighing her options in opposing that thought. Luxuria said nothing the whole time, not being one for confrontation. The second thing is that Lux and Ulla are quite close together. So close that I think they're forming a team, and that's dangerous, isn't it? For the votes, it means they have power. No, we're not. We only explored the school together earlier, and even if I do that, I wouldn't do anything bad, I swear. Superbia cleared her throat and spoke. She was still jumping on any opportunity to pin votes on anyone other than her. It was slightly grating to Ankura since she wanted to finish putting forth her arguments. We can't be sure of that. Reminder, we're all in my emptiness here. You're the calmest, coolest, most innocent butterfly of the group. Like how? Cuteness is a weapon too. You can't say how it'll go, that's correct. Sorry, Lux, but we have to think about that too. No, it's okay, you're just doing what's logical. But sometimes logic isn't worth anything, you know? Unlike the rest of the ones talking to her, Luxuria adopted a stance based on emotions. Sometimes you can't deduce everything with logic. It doesn't make a lick of sense. Like, just how you're making these wild guesses about Ulla and me too. You can't know if any of these things Cora says, can you? Well, that's true. Aren't you confirming them now? Luxuria took a small pause to mull over that. And Cora was right. She was falling for the bait. So what then? What does it matter if I confirm it? Maybe I like Ulla. I'm sure you people like others too, and that doesn't make you into a murderer. Superbia remained silent, not wishing to get in the way of the little debate. Everyone had forgotten that they were on a tight leash time-wise. Oh crap. Are we gonna die again? Lux, that's enough. Other topics mirrored our attention. Gulla tried to quiet Luxuria, almost visibly embarrassed. She wanted to hear none of it. And besides, why am I under such scrutiny right now? You still haven't answered that, huh? I'm small, is that why? You're picking on me because I'm small? No, it's because you've been meddling with this thing we're a part of. For all we know, you two murdered the 9th person in cold blood, but I'm suspecting you way more than Ulla. What's it to you, big tits? Insults flew at Ankura, all of which grew into a tantrum. You blonde normie girl with big tits, what do you want, picking on me like that? You really want to pin this on me that bad, huh? You found a me card, didn't you? Yes, I used it. No, I mean, in a teacher's desk, within an empty classroom, you found a me card and told no one. Something like, it feels like it would be more fun if we make full use of these 6 hours, no? A chilly pause so glacial it could have rivaled the North Pole settled after Ankura said those words. It took a few moments for her to understand that she said something she definitely couldn't have known. Oh no. I shouldn't have been thinking that much about what I've seen since I hacked into Luxuria's helmet. Now it's too late, since the topic's already brought up. Guess I'll just have to think something up. As they all hesitated, Gulla silently pushed a button on her console, as if to vote early. It wasn't clear for whom yet. Luxuria eventually broke the awkward pause, but the time it took her to refute it was already telling its own story. I never said that. Renounce to it, Lux. She's clearly aware of the events that transpired. I know not how, nor why, but even you should admit defeat where due. No way. I won't admit defeat because I'm not defeated. You're all going with this? How crazy is this, really? She's just spouting a bunch of nonsense. Small girl smashed her hand against the console, the sheer strength behind it causing a worrying crack noise from it. Maybe it's best to sit back and watch how things go now. You were using your cuteness to manipulate us, and I don't like that. But only if all of that was true. I can't see why Cora would lie. Because her stupid big chest is under fire. That's why she needs to lie. I agree with whatever Bia is proposing. Guys, we have 20 seconds left. You're making a mistake. It's Cora who should die. She's the one manipulating you. Sorry, but all we have is stuff against you. And if she lies about it, we'll deal with her too, just like we're dealing with your little bitch ass. The horse and the lion entered their vote, followed by the rabbit after a brief pause with her hand on the buttons. With this many stacked against her, Luxuria lost her mind. This isn't what was supposed to be. You're making a big mistake. Nvidia put his vote in. And just like that, everyone had voted except for Ancora and Luxuria, the latter still screaming bloody murder. This isn't fair. I'll get you for that. I'll take you all on, I'll break you, and I'll make you take your last breath. You're all gonna die, even if I die. I'll come back and... Would you please shut up? You're digging your own grave even deeper. Cora, vote, and let it be done. And you, Cora, not even hell has a place for what I'll do to you. Ignoring the girl's words, Ancora voted. The screens above the voting console settled onto Luxuria's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was her execution. Every shotgun but the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Luxuria at point-blank range, but in reality there were no bullet holes in the helmet she wore. Time slowed down. Eventually, everything froze. Hello? Who are you? I don't know, some say my name is Pandora. Hi, Pandora. I'm dead, aren't I? Depends on who you are. Oh, right, who am I? I think... my name was something like... Marco? No, I don't think so. That sounds wrong. Oh, then I don't know. I don't remember. You don't remember your name? I know your name, it's Nico. Nico? That's cute. I was cute then, I take it. Yes, very cute. That's a good thing. At least I was cute and people loved me. I don't know if it's such a good thing. Huh? What do you mean? Don't you want to be cute too? I don't need to be cute. But what I mean is... cuteness is both a gift and a curse. Maybe you think people liked you for you, but... maybe they only liked you because you were cute. Oh, that does sound bad, yeah. How do you know if it's one or the other then? I don't think there really are signs. Though if people gave you a pass because you were cute... a pass? Like what? They let you get away with horrible things because you were cute? Isn't that what happened to you? Maybe. Now that you're mentioning it. That's true, people trusted me a lot because I was cute. I remember that now. So you weaponized your cuteness, didn't you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It's not like it matters to me now that I'm dead. You never know. But you're right. Whatever you did, people forgave you. Whatever you said, people deafened themselves. It was all because you were cute. In reality, what was inside wasn't so cute, was it? No, I guess not. I wasn't cute inside. I have hatred. A lot of hatred. It's boiling over. No, you don't need more. No, you're dead. We're running out of time. Out of time? That's right. You have to pass on sometime. I see. You're right again. Yes, I'd like to pass on. But will it be scary? Who knows? I've never passed on. Hopefully I'll make it through, just because I'm cute. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. You surrendered your right to live. I'll now carry your memory. Thanks. Is that going to change everything now? What was that all about? As time resumed its flow, the aftermath of the vote's outcome rang through Ancora's head again. Among the group was a dead body. No longer on its solid two legs, it had fallen limp against the surface of the floor below. Due to the state of the body, the survivors were looking at each other unsure if Luxuria had truly passed on. That thought was eclipsed from everyone's mind when a sudden explosion completely obliterated the small one's head. Dust and smoke filled the air, giving the terrifying scene an even chillier atmosphere. In Luxuria's final moments in front of the shotgun, she'd been thrashing about. The position of the body made it look more grotesque than it really was. From the neck was also a pool of red, a pool that none of the survivors dared approach. Droplets had splattered over the ground, remnants of the horrible blast. All of them were drying already, staining the floor with the ichor of life, or the ichor of death. However, Ancora wasn't dealing with any of the sights. She was looking elsewhere. She was looking left, then right. She was in a state close to hyperventilation. She'd seen things she didn't recognize. She had heard a voice that couldn't have spoken. She was completely lost in her head, incapable of understanding what had transpired. What was that? What was that vision? A vision. It wasn't a vision. It was real. right? Inkura shook her head. Others approached her. She pushed them away with an arm in her confusion. Don't touch me. I've seen her. I've heard her. I even know her real name. It's Nico. How... What's going on? What did you see? Something weird? I spoke to her. No, it wasn't me. It felt like it was me, but it wasn't me. She breathed in loudly, and then she calmed down. This is making her look like a freak. Ankura could see Superbia and Ira leaving the group to deal with whatever madness had taken her. I know you don't want to believe me, but there was something. Maybe it's the helmet? It just came to me when she died. It's like we connected? Don't be ridiculous now. That's impossible. The girl felt like an abyss was growing in her stomach. The fact Nvidia didn't trust her enough to believe her was eating at her. Perhaps we're going down a dangerous road by insisting on this vision. Maybe leaving it aside would be for the best. The only person in the group who remained close to the dead body was Gula. She was kneeling beside it, as if she was regretting the outcome in some fashion. That makes sense. She and Luxuria had been close before. You aren't making any sense. And hey, Bia, Ira? Come back here, will you? We have to decide what we're doing now. We need some order in the group, or anarchy will reign. What we're doing? Isn't it obvious? Ankura asked the question, but her vision faded right afterward. Very soon, everyone's helmets displayed the fake environment again. Me wasn't done giving them instructions. Greetings once more. I'm sure you'd rather not see me again after the vote, and your forced witness of the dead body. I'd like to remind you there'll be 5 more in total today, other than this one. You should strap yourselves in. We've done this already, so I guess we can skip ahead a little bit. Pray enunciate yourself, Cora. Far from me to entertain the veracity of such a senseless thought, yet I'm curious about the vision. What transpired in it? All of Ankura's previous instability came back at once, hitting her like a truck. I saw her, Lux, or Nico. I spoke to her. I spoke to Nico. I spoke to her and she said she was dead. But it wasn't me. It was me, but it wasn't me. Superbia and Ira had come back at Tristidia's demand, both of them looking upon the wreck that Ankura had become. What are you talking about? You aren't making any goddamn sense. I don't really get it either, but shouldn't we get a move on and start making up teams like what me said? Nvidia agreed to that course of action, and so did Tristidia. Ankura was still almost hyperventilating, but by now the group was more focused on their own survival than her state of being. I saw her, I swear. Okay, whatever. Look, we have to make the groups now, so either come with us or you're going there alone. She can't come with all of us, actually. Me said we had to split up, but we can't bring more than 3 people in one room. I think if we're to explore 3 rooms again, then we have to split 3-2-2. We can always make 2 groups of 3 and one stays alone. Wouldn't that be quite sad for her, however? As much as I want to be nice, it's not really my problem, to be honest. And as much as I want to agree with you, Ira, we have to keep our teams balanced because we have to get the me cards from inside. It would be stupid to send this insane bitch alone just to have her unable to bring the me cards to us. Yeah, okay, sure. So let's make 3 teams of 2 and we'll bring her with one of them, I guess. How are we going to determine that? I didn't say to bring her along either. Isn't it just better to leave her out if she's going to be a problem? It's not like we all have to go in, right? Superbia's voice slowly died off in the distance, and Kura wanted to prove that she wasn't insane. While they debated over the teams, the girl made her way down to the doors adjacent to the set they took to get to the crossroads. It looked much like the other set when it was closed. A firm push proved she wasn't going to open them by any other way than the puzzle. It was, of course, what had been planned, so nothing was out of the ordinary there. Next to the door, a panel was containing a square puzzle, much like the one she previously solved. It wasn't the same puzzle though, obviously. I wonder if this is the same one. A good way to prove them otherwise is to solve the puzzle. If that's done, then I have no choice but to realize no one's insane here. At least, that was the thought. Ankura stood in front of the 2 doors alone. With a sharp inhale, she looked at the panel and started solving it to open them. Is this not one we've done before then? This is not one we've done before, so we're gonna wrap this one up here. This seems like the perfect time because it's been like 40 minutes at least by now, And we will kick off from here in the next one and see what's going to happen in this path. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.